Hello, and welcome to Handled Ish Productivity for the Imperfect, a weekly podcast for those that want to elevate their productivity but are not looking for perfection. I'm your host, Betsy Hayes, and I'm really happy you're here with me in podcast land or YouTube or on the KC24 CBS 47 Plus Smart TV app and also on CMAC TV. CMAC.TV, the Community Media Access Collaborative here in Central California. So thanks to all of those folks for carrying the podcast. This is episode 104, Who Should You Plan? Now, this is part 3 in our series. Just to review, we talked about when you should plan, and y'all know I'm an evangelist for Fridays, Friday afternoon, Friday morning, Friday night, I don't care. Planning on Fridays will change your life. And hopefully some of you have tried that. And I'm super curious to how it's working for you. And please do share. So we talked about when to plan, and we also talked about where to plan. And then during that episode, we talked about making sure it was conducive to planning, right? Quiet, comfy, all the things, your favorite beverage, good lighting, blanket in the winter, whatever it is to help you be in the right mode to plan. And we also talked about the possibility of maybe having it be the same location each week. So it's sort of like your brain associates that location with planning. And so you sit down in that chair with that beverage, looking at that window or whatever, whether it's at home or at work or wherever you are, a coffee shop, wherever you are planning. So your brain associates that space with planning, kind of as a next level fun thing. So part 3 of this, as we're going through the 5 W's and the H, is the who. And the phrase who you should plan is probably not one that you've heard before, but I think it's really important to talk about that. And my perspective on the who you should plan is all the people that you want to see in your life and spend time with. Usually that covers, friends, family, loved ones, colleagues that you enjoy, all the people, right? So this exercise could start with making a list of the people that you want to see on a regular basis, or at least not randomly, right? If you have someone that you are fine seeing randomly, let's just leave that person in that bucket. You will see them randomly. Life will be great. Most of us have at least a handful of people that we would like to see more than randomly. And usually these are people that don't live with you in your house, but honestly, sometimes it really is the people that live in your house, especially you live with other busy humans. So they might need to be on this list of who to plan. So starting with the list, who are the folks that you want to see non-randomly? And then step number 2 is, what is the frequency that you would like to spend time with these people? Now, spending time, of course, can have a myriad of forms, right? We all know the best way to spend time with folks is literally in person. Your feet and their feet are in the same room. However, the world is imperfect, just like us. And so sometimes that needs to be a video call, right? So that's kind of the second best thing. You can see their face, expressions, background, what's happening, all the things. That is a lovely way to still see people. It's also kind of a fun way to spend time just sort of doing, what some of the researchers call parallel play, right? You can hop on a Zoom or a Google Meets or a Teams call with someone, and you're working, they're working, and every once in a while you'll have some conversation, but it's not really a meeting specifically to have interaction, consistently. That's a really cool way to spend time with someone, especially if you have a lot going on. You can do that with all kinds of things, right? You can, start a video call and then you each can be cooking dinner, or you each can be, tidying a room, it doesn't, folding laundry, right? So you're kind of doing your everyday things while also chatting with someone that you care about. So I'd love for us to think beyond what I'm doing now, right? Talking directly into the camera. And if we were on a Zoom, you would be talking directly into the camera as well. Phone calls are also a thing that can be incredibly valuable, and can count as spending time with folks. So sometimes scheduling a call, just a regular phone call, is really good as well. So you have your list of folks, then you have your projected or desired intervals. How frequently do you want to spend time with these people? Um, and that can be ranges, right? You can be very specific. I want to see that person or those people once a week, once a month, once a quarter, once a year, once every 2 years. Or it could be a range, right? I'd love to see these people 2 to 4 times a month, or this person. I'd like to see them 3 to 5 times a year, right? So you've got ranges, that also works. And then the contemplation of the channel or the mechanism in which you will see them, whether it's in person, via a video call, phone, whatever. And then you look at your calendar, and plot it out. If you want to, for example, my daughter lives out of state. One of my daughters lives out of state. And so in order for me to see her 3 to 5 times a year, which is my goal, obviously I got to put it on the calendar, right? And I have to coordinate with her and have to coordinate on her calendar. And maybe some years I do all the traveling. Maybe some years it's both. Maybe some years it's just her. So we have to, have those conversations and put things on the calendar, because while there are 52 weeks in a year, weirdly planning 3 to 5 weekends sometimes takes a lot of effort. So these are things that, we have to work on, well in advance. My other daughter lives in the same state, but not in the same city. So same thing. It's a little easier because there's not a flight involved. But still, busy people need to put things on the calendar well in advance. So whether these meetings, these seeing each other, means travel, right? That's another reason to plan the who, because it's going to take some additional effort. And even, as you also know, in town, in your own house, sometimes it takes a lot of effort as well. This is where I will put a plug in for something I talked about on a podcast quite a while ago. Regular things are really great, right? We're going to meet the first Tuesday of every month. I was talking with a new friend over the weekend at a birthday party, and she was sharing with me that she's in something called the Tuesday Club. And these folks meet every Tuesday, the first Tuesday of every month. Love that, right? So the first Tuesday of every month, you either go, you don't go, whatever. I'm in a group. We meet the second Thursday of every month. Again, same thing. You can put it on the calendar, and hopefully you can go, 10 out of 12 a year. That's still an amazing amount of time with those people. Weekly, daily, depending again on how often you want to see these folks. Having that regular time slot is essential, in my opinion, because otherwise things just sort of get pushed off and pushed off. I'm in a book club with some people I really, really enjoy, and we do not have a regular interval because that's just the way this group needs to be. And unfortunately, we do not meet as frequently throughout the year as I think any of us would like, because planning, takes several months out in order to get stuff on the calendar that works for most people. So anytime you can do this regular interval. I have, weekly Google Meets calls with both my girls. What's really fun is we're actually doing a thing now where Wednesday evenings are our day, and one Wednesday I'll have an individual call with each child, and then the following Wednesday we have a group call with all of us, and then vice versa, alternating throughout the year. That way we all have some time together, and then I also have one-on-one time with my children, and that has just been amazing. Obviously, we also talk periodically throughout the week, but we always know that we've got that dedicated time each week. So if there's something that needs a little bit of a longer conversation or additional planning, we know that we've got that covered. So another plug for regular things that may appeal to you. You may want all of your who's to be scheduled on regular intervals. That may not appeal to you, and you just want to have, whatever intervals work within the nooks and crannies of everyone's life. Again, customizable. Please do whatever works for you. It is your life, and I want it to be amazing, and it can only be amazing if you're in charge of it. So there's that. So Make your list of folks that you want to spend time with. Figure out the interval in which you want to spend time with them. Think about the mechanism that that's going to happen through phone, video call, in person, and then get to stepping. No, get to planning. I kind of love that phrase. I get to step in. It means, to get up and leave. It's kind of a fun phrase, but get to planning, right? Figure this out. If you're going to need to, go out of state 3 to 5 times during the year, I think you need to kind of start working on that, like I have had to do. So have fun with that. So let me know how the series is working for you, the when, the where, and now we've done the who. Next week, we're going to do the what you should plan. And then we'll do the why, and then we'll do the how, and we'll have the whole series, and it'll be amazing. Yeah, so that's what I have for you today. I encourage you to please rate, review, recommend the 3 R's, right? Rate, review, recommend the podcast. That helps people find it and helps build our imperfect planning community. And until next time, have the most amazing week. And remember, you are doing way better than you think you are. Trust me.